Hey everybody, welcome back to Crypto Kings. My name is Matt, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the all-time high for Shiba Inu, giving you guys some price updates, a price target, and getting into everything. So if you guys are new, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily Shiba Inu videos. Let's get right into it, folks. So if you guys haven't seen what's been going on, this is literally ridiculous. This is, of course, the new all-time high period here for Shiba Inu. You guys can see today at around 3:24 p.m. Eastern, it hit its all-time high at 8.6, and it's been hanging out extremely close to that right now. We're up 68% on the day, and the market cap has yet again overtaken Doge, which is incredible because we've been talking about this Dogecoin market cap forever, and you guys can see they're neck and neck, and when SHIB has a fluctuation, it overtakes Doge and vice versa, so they've been fighting and competing all day. What I find incredible as well is the trading volume here in the past 24 hours is up 234%. So 35 billion SHIB has actually been traded in the past 24 hours alone, which is literally insane. And, you know, for comparison, when we take a look at the amount of Dogecoin that's been traded, it's around 5 billion. So even with that being up, it's still not even close. It's not even 1/7 of the amount of SHIB that has been traded in the past 24 hours. So the question arises, okay, you know, this is an extremely inflated asset. Does it crash? Where does it go? And I want to try to give you guys the most honest answer possible. So really, when it comes down to it, we want to try to make the most amount of money as possible, right? While also eliminating risk in the best way possible. Speaking of making money, if you guys want to check out Webull, guys, top of the link down below in the description. It is so easy to do. Literally, you guys click my link, make an account. It's free, and probably the quickest, easiest 15, 20-ish bucks you'll ever make in free stocks. You guys can get that from the top of the link down below in the description. And of course, I get some free stocks too, so, you know, if you guys like me and want to support the channel, I always do appreciate it. You might get lucky, who knows, and get a free share of Apple or Facebook, which people have gotten in the past. So all in the Webull, top of the link down below in the description. Like I was saying, guys, ideally, we want to try to minimize risk, of course, and try to make the most amount of money possible. Well, there are a few indicators that I always check when I see, you know, some kind of surge like this. But before we even touch them, take a look at these bars, guys. What this is noting is the amount of buy volume and sell volume. And what is amazing, again, is that this buy volume here is literally astronomical. I mean, the only time this amount of buy volume was even considered was all the way back here when it entered its first initial run. And you guys can see there, of course, very small on the screen that, you know, when it first entered this initial, you know, sort of bull run, we saw that. And that's amazing. And then after that, the volume sharply decreased, and we saw, you know, a very long period of consolidation. I mean, we could start really, if you guys wanted to, we could start from the 8th. I mean, really, that's how strict, you know, this sort of period was. Because from the 8th up until all the way to 23rd, it basically bounces horizontally in this consolidation zone. And these consolidation zones happen for just about any asset, but essentially what this is telling you is that, you know, when it's near the top of this box, people are considering it a good time to sell, and when it's at the bottom of this horizontal sort of box, people are considering it a good time to buy. Now, the reason why these consolidation zones are so interesting is because, again, the price is so close. So people really don't want to dump it and get rid of it, yet people are also still buying enough to where it is supporting it and keeping it in that line. So we saw this for a while, and after this happens long enough, it will eventually, for the most part, lead to a breakout. That's exactly what we saw. So it consolidates for a while, and then we see a breakout. Now, the question is, this breakout, will it be sustained? And of course, when we check our indicators here, when we check the MACD, which is an indicator I've been loving recently, essentially, you know, the idea here is to buy in the green, sell in the red, buy in the green, sell in the red. And right now, we are well into the green, meaning that based on, you know, the moving average and based on, you know, some indicators that are part of the MACD, what is interesting here is that this is still considered to be a buy. I mean, even TradingView, you know, has said that the technicals, you know, on this are recommended to be a strong buy. But again, we run into an issue, you know, even technical analysis aside, is SHIB going to continue to rise astronomically on the day, or is it going to fall and the bubble will deflate a little bit? It's possible. And again, this is why I don't overtly recommend, you know, anything on this channel. I definitely don't recommend anything. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm, you know, just a guy with an opinion. But in my personal opinion, definitely don't put your net worth into SHIB right now. It's a little high, folks. You definitely could add some more to your bag if you really believe in it. I definitely do believe it is a fine thing to do. I definitely plan on adding more to my bag once it dips a little bit down to like 7 or 6.5. That's just what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating some kind of bounce off. There's no real way to tell, but I anticipate some kind of bounce off at like 6.5, maybe a bounce off here at around 5.1. There are a lot of different zones that we could potentially see a bounce off, of course, bouncing like that or bouncing like that. So that's what I'm waiting for personally to rebuy in. But I definitely do believe there is something to be said about, the potential for this to continue going up on the day. But it definitely is something I would be very weary of, considering it is already so inflated. Now, think about it in this way. If you bought SHIB a week ago at, around, let's say, 10 or 15, now it's at 77. If you bought it around 10 or 15, that's a very clean 7x on your money. That's amazing. But the question is, right now it's 7.7, you're going to get a lot less SHIB for your buck than you would have if you bought at 10. And I know people are probably thinking, oh, that's obvious. Well, it is obvious, yes, but what you have to keep in mind is, oh my God, what if it keeps exploding? What if it cuts off another 0? That's amazing if you bought last week or the week before. But to buy right now in hopes of, getting a 10, 15, 20% increase on your money, I think it's a little risky. If you were putting in $10,000 in hopes of getting it to turn into $12,000 by this heading up, to 100 or, to cut off a 0, that's possible, but that is a very risky way to try to get a small increase like that. So like I said, guys, I think things will cool off the next few days. I don't think we're hitting 0. I don't think we're even hitting anywhere remotely close to where we were last month. There are a lot of potential zones in which we could see some kind of bounce back. And again, I could, draw these lines here all day, but, if you wanted to pick kind of a level of support, really, if you wanted to be conservative, you could say 348 here. This one looks pretty good as a potential line of support, because it kind of bounced off of it. And we're going to ignore this line here down to 32 because that was the Elon Musk tweet saying he doesn't own any SHIB. So this line here, I don't like to count in this instance because that's a little bit of an outlier. But, you could very well draw this line. If you wanted to check the Fibonacci retracement, you always could. And you could look and, sort of guess based on this most recent run, where things are going to head. It looks as if it has bounced off the 1.618 line, as the Fibonacci retracement, kind of predicts. So it looks as if in the short term, 67 is, the sort of low on the day, but, it could very well head lower or higher than that in the near future. So there really is no way to tell 100% just because things are so volatile. Of course, when we check our relative strength index, you guys can see we are way above what the relative strength index is considering to be normal here. So we are way above that zone. And again, the relative strength index doesn't mean everything. Obviously, it has been a little unreliable over the past week, to say the least. So it doesn't always mean everything, but it definitely can be worth considering. So that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember, guys, check out Webull. Top of the link down below in the description if anyone wants to get some free stocks, free crypto. Super easy, and it's great to get started investing. It really is. I definitely do believe that it has benefited my life to try to get involved, investing in stocks and crypto. And again, if you guys want to get started with some free stocks, top of the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe for daily SHIB vids. Name's Matt. See you guys on the next one. Peace.